oh wow, I'm such a highly experienced with a great track record luxury real estate agent. Why would I ever spend time showing my own listings? What a great thing to delegate. Hello, I'm Jack Cotton, luxury real estate expert, author, and agent. I'm going to share with you right now 7 reasons why I always show my own listings, unless I can't beat it for some reason. Anyway, number 1, you spend thousands. It's just like we talked about with photography. We spend thousands on photos, brochures, videos, websites, marketing brochures, all to convert lurkers to lookers. And when they show up, we're going to delegate that part. After spending all that money to get them to the door, we're going to let someone else take them through the door? I don't think so. Why would I delegate this part? 7 reasons why I show my own listings are: number 1, aside from the owner, I know the property the best. I just do. I'm very careful and detailed and really understand my listings. I really take time to, soak it in. That's how I uncover, craft, and convey stories for my listings. I know the order of the rooms that should be shown. I know the best way to show the property. I know how to save surprises for certain times during the showing to keep the buyer engaged. I save those surprises, number 3, for the right moment. Number 4, I can read the buyer. Not always easy. Some buyers are really poker-faced, but I like to watch their reaction. I learned early on that some buyers, when they're really negative and they hate everything, they really like the house, which threw me off initially. But you can't read the buyer if you're not there. Also, number 5, I can discern real questions from real objections. Sometimes people ask questions out of habit. What's the what's the R factor of the doorknob, or stupid things like that. Number 6, I can discern their motivation and interest, because they always talk about stuff. I can hear them talking to the buyer agent if they're with the buyer agent, or I can talk to them directly if they're not. But I can understand what are the properties they've seen, what they liked, where they came from before the showing. I've had people come to a showing of my listing with the buyer agent and the buyer prospect laughing. And I'm like, what's so funny? And they'll tell me about the showing they just came from, saying it's the worst or the funniest showing they've ever been to. And I can learn what else they're looking for and get an idea of their motivation and interest. Number 7, most importantly, what is the message the listing agent sends when they're not present to show their listing? Think about that. Think about when you've been to to look at a house. And I actually challenge my sellers to think about this themselves during a listing appointment. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, think back to a time when you were looking at real estate. Can you think of a time when you looked at a property and the listing agent wasn't there? What was the subtle message you got? Right. It doesn't matter that much. Not important. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I don't want anyone to ever think that about your property. The message I send, if I choose not to show, is really important. So in conclusion, there are tons of things you can delegate in this business, but there are things you shouldn't delegate. And I think being in front of a potential buyer of your listing, that's where you really earn your fee. That's where you're supposed to be. The message is important. No one's around 24/7, but explain all this to your seller. Make these bullet points in this video part of your listing presentation to help convey your value. In the meantime, feel free to forward this video to a friend, a realtor friend, and then log into luxuryrealestateunplugged.com. And until then, make it a great week.